Hi, everyone. Welcome to Stogie Geeks News for February 12th, 2016. I'm your host, Paul Osdorian, joined on the lines via Skype by Mr. Will Cooper. Welcome, Will.
Hey, Paul.
What's going on, dude? We got some news to talk about this week in the cigar world, my friend. Alec Bradley has a black market filthy hooligan. Is that what they're calling this one again?
Yes, they're calling it the Filthy Hooligan again.
Excellent. I love that name. I think it's great.
Some changes this year with the Filthy Hooligan. So the Filthy Hooligan is the Candela wrapped Alec Bradley Black Market. They've kind of tweaked the blend and they made it a Candela. But this year, the 2016 edition, which they did show up at the IPCPR, it is going to be a Barber pole.
That's nice. You know, that's pretty smart to do with Candela because sometimes the Candela on its own can be tricky to work with.
Yeah, and they've gone 3 years in a row with a Filthy Hooligan Candela, and they come out with it for St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a nice change. I have had some Candela Barber poles in the past. What I do like is they did do some new banding on this cigar. The old ones were very much a variation of the Black Market with that sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
This one's going to have its own banding, which I think is giving this cigar a little more of an identity right now.
Yep.
So these should be either shipping or have shipped already. So be on the lookout for these. 2,000 boxes of 22.
Nice. And Asylum is coming out with Connecticut.
Yes, yeah. In fact, I meant to tell you this one during the week, but yes, Asylum has added to the Asylum 13 line, which is, I would say, that's their biggest selling line. And they have a Habano, a Corojo, and they have a Barber Pole Candela called the Olga in that line.
Yes.
Now they've added a Connecticut, made in Honduras. It's got Honduran binder and filler, of course, with an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. 3 sizes: 5x50, 6x60, and 7x70.
And a good reasonable price tag on here, Will. I like it's $580 to $780. There's a lot of value there, so I can't wait to smoke them. You know, this could easily work into your regular morning cigar rotation, especially at that price point.
Yeah, and I've been critiquing a lot of times Connecticut's don't work in the bigger ring gauges, but as we talked about on the show, Asylum's really good with the big ring gauges. So I have I'm very optimistic about that.
Excellent. Let's see, what else do we have? Boutiques United adds Black Label Trading Company, and James Brown was just a guest on a recent Stogie Geek show.
Yeah, so I guess a little bit of a surprise and not a little bit of a surprise, because Boutiques United, which was the old house of Emilio, they'd streamlined down to 4 brands, but they did add Black Label Trading Company, owned by James Brown, as you said. And not a surprise because James, I think the biggest issue he had is I think he's got some good cigars. I think they've caught some traction, but he has not had the distribution arm or the sales force. So I think this is kind of going to give him something in the back pocket. Prior, this is a line that I really saw more in the Texarkana area for the most part.
Excellent. I have not heard of this brand, and this is called from IndianHead Cigars. This brand is called La Galera.
La Galera.
La Galera.
It's a significant brand. And the reason is Jochi Blanco, who is the owner of Tabacalera Palma, and they make a lot of cigars. They make it it's Jose Blanco's cousin, who owns the factory, makes Jose's cigars in that factory. He makes Rafael Nadal's cigars in this factory. Last year, he acquired a company called IndianHead, which was doing a lot of value-priced and machine-marketed cigars. But by acquiring that IndianHead Cigars company, it gave him his own brands now to start selling. So on top of that, he has launched another line under the IndianHead label, which is a premium offering called La Galera. And it's going to come in a Habano blend and a Connecticut blend. I think this is a significant move for Jochi. I mean, because AJ Fernandez did the same thing a few years ago when he launched it with San Latano. He was doing cigars for other people for a long time, and now he's kind of putting his own skin in the game with his own brand right now. So I think it's going to be a very interesting thing, and we will be having these guys on Stogie Geeks in April.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the blends, and it definitely looks like something that I want to try. Now, you can look at a blend and say, hey, I want to try that, but you never know based on the blend. Some people don't even disclose the blend. So I think we can draw some conclusion or, what you think about the cigar before you smoke it, right? You can kind of figure out what it's going to be based on the wrapper, binder, filler sometimes, right? I mean, we know that a certain particular wrapper, Ecuadorian Habano, but there's all different kinds of Ecuadorian Habano. But to see this blend all come together, like it looks like something that I think will be really good, right? Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Dominican Corojo binder, Piloto Cubano Criollo 98, and Pele de Oro in the filler, made in the Dominican Republic. Those are tobaccos we've talked about. Put it in the hands of a master blender, and it looks to me like it's a recipe for success. Having said that, there might be other cigars that include similar components but aren't as good. So that comes down to the fermentation process, the blending process, the percentages,
Yeah.
So having said all that, I'm still really looking forward to smoking it.
Yeah, we know Hochi can blend, and we know there's good stuff that comes out of that factory. So, and I think, like I said, from a business standpoint, it's going to, I think, to shake things up a bit, in terms of now Hochi's a brand owner.
Excellent. Well, that concludes the Stogie Geeks news for this week. Make sure you check out the Stogie Geeks main show happening every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as check out cigar-cube.com for all the latest cigar reviews and news. Thanks, everyone, for watching.